Yes, Rini, you want to say something? Yeah, you can say if you want to say something. There is no issue in that. Double integral over a bounded region. Correct? So this was our question. So in our case now, uh, in earlier case it was just a rectangle, something like this. Yeah. So integral would be from A to B and C to D, something like that. Correct? So what do we used to do? We divide A into B in P1 partition, that is your P1, and same P2, correct? That is, we will be getting something like this, correct? Yeah. Something like this, and in between any sub rectangle, I am just naming it as Rij. Yes, that is Rij is something xi minus 1 to xi and into yj minus 1 to yj. Is it clear? This was our earlier task. We used to do like this, and this is here. If you are having Rij, now you can define everything. That is small mij, capital Mij, and what is small m and capital M. Correct? This is what we have done. So it was easy if I am having a rectangle here. Correct? So let us start now. Let me just write the thing first. Suppose something like this. Now suppose this is my something bounded region. Correct? So what I am going to do, I am going to find a rectangle, correct, which consists this guy, which have this eye. So let me just write it first. Let me let or should I change the color? Maybe it is okay. Yeah, let E be a bounded region in R2. Okay. Then there exists a rectangle R, that is I want to make this thing relate to my that rectangle part, so I am considering a rectangle which completely encloses the region, something like, see, if I have any boundary region I can do that. I can find a rectangle something like this also, correct? This is true. Yes, can you see that? I'll consider this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D, correct? Is it clear, everyone? Now what, can I find the partition along this AB and CD as same as earlier, correct? So let our function is f from E to R be a bounded function, that is already given to us, bounded function. Now let me find a partition. Let P be a partition of this rectangle R, that is AB cross CD. Yes. So now what we are doing, we are doing the same thing whatever we did there. We are partitioning AB, correct, and we are partitioning CD also, something like this. Next, there it was Rij, but here I am not focusing on my rectangle. My focus is this guy, we, this bounded region is my focus here, correct? So what I will do, I will choose all the rectangles, correct? All the rectangles which are contained inside this or which contain some part of this, correct? Let me just write it so that will be a proper definition to us. Hmm. We consider only those subrectangles in this Rij. These are Rijs. If I take anyone that is Rij, so we choose those subrectangles Rij, yes, of the partition P which entirely lie, what happened to, okay, I will write it here, lie in the region. Means what? I'm going to consider all the rectangle. Am I going to consider this rectangle that is half only? So I'm just going to consider this rectangle, this rectangle. Can you see that? This rectangle. I won't consider this. I won't consider this. I'm going to consider this rectangle, which are completely inside this. Correct? This is what I'm going to do. हाँ हाँ भाई हो रहा है हो रहा है रुक जा भाई हो रहा है आई एम जस्ट किया क्या इतना समझा क्या आई एम हैविंग एनी बाउंडेड रीजन मैं क्या किया आई एम कंसिडरिंग एक ए लिया यहाँ से एक बी लिया एंड एक सी लिया एंड एक डी लिया सो नाउ आई एम पार्टिशनिंग दिस मोस्टली अगर देखो ये ए को अगर मोस्टली क्लोज टू द लोअर पॉइंट विल लिया और इधर अपर पॉइंट लिया सो आई विल गेट मैक्सिमम ऑफ माई पार्ट ओनली हियर ये देखो बहुत सारे पार्ट जो है मेरे पार्ट के नहीं है दैट इज़ बाउंडेड रीजन मोस्टली आवर फोकस इज ऑन दिस बाउंडेड रीजन correct. So now we are choosing what? We are choosing those rectangles which are, yes, which are completely inside that, entirely lie in the rectangle. I am going to uh, entirely lie in the region. Okay, and let us denote them by something. Let us denote them. Uh, Let us denote something like this. Let us denote such rectangles as delta even of, I can say, such rectangle R1 R2 up to Rn with areas delta E1, delta E2 and delta En. So what is my delta E1? Correct. What is my delta E1? That is R1 rectangle 1. Rectangle 1 will be your first rectangle which is contained in that. So in this case there are some rectangles only, so I will name that R1, R2, R3 like that something. There is no relation with 1, 2 with this partition numbering. It is just there exist only 10 rectangles in that which are completely lie. So I'm just naming it as randomly 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Yeah, okay. So what is that? Delta E1, delta E2 up to delta En, suppose, which are part of the partition, which are part of the partition of R. सी एन पार्ट लिया बिकॉज मेरे को पार्टीशन के ही पार्टीशन से लेना था R1 R2 up to Rn and for that lie entirely, this is the important part, entirely in E. Okay, and if I take norm p tend to 0, what do you mean by norm p? Norm p means what? The length of each subinterval, that is b minus a upon n. If I'm taking this goes to 0, correct? This goes to 0 means what? Your delta ai, that will also go to 0. That means your r1 goes to 0 directly, you can say ri. That is what we did in earlier cases, correct? If I make it like this, so it will just a lining, correct? It will just a line, and length will, and what will be delta ai, that will approximately, that will go to 0, that is not equal to 0, that is important, try to see that. This goes to 0 is different from equal to 0, means this is just near to 0 but not equal to 0. It won't be 0 in it at any time. Yes. Okay, so if I take summation of all this delta ai, what will I get? If I add all this area, add this all delta ai, so what will I get? That will actually tend to your area of e, correct? That is not equal to area of e, that is just tend to area of e. Yeah, is it clear? Do you understand? Means all this guy will be just a point, so I need to just count the number of points in that. I just need to count the number of points. See, the length of the point is up, it is going to 0. That is, you can say the area of that circle. If you fill it with circle, if I am saying, then we need to just count number of circle, and just if I add these all circles, multiply with area of each circle, then I will get that. Similarly, what I am doing, I am just counting there are n rectangles, and I am finding area of each rectangle, I am adding them, so I will get my bounded region, that, and that will tend to 0 because here I am tending, delta ai is tending to 0. Yeah, so now can we define our lpf and upf here also? Let me first define what is small m, that is what is capital M and small m. Yes, this is GLB, this is LUB of which function? F of x comma y in where x comma y belong to E. That's okay. And here this is x comma y belong to E of f of x square. That is small m and that is capital M. जो भी पहले किया सेम वैसा ही है, कुछ अलग नहीं है. Next let me write small mi. What will be small mi? Yes, GLB of function in which interval? xy in your ri. See, what is my ri? Try to see that. I am considering those rectangles which are completely lie in that. Yes, and I am here, no ij is there. Only I am taking mi, small mi, correct? And what will be my capital Mi? It is LUB of function in which interval, where x comma y belong to Ri again, correct? Do you see that? If I say small m1, that means there are n rectangles, I am taking the first rectangle. Yeah, okay. Hello, is it clear? Now if I take any point, say xi and yi, if I take any point xi and yi belong to Ri, something like that, be any arbitrary point, then can I define LPF now? What will be my LPF? Summation I equal to 1 to n small mi into delta ai. Correct? Same like that. In our rectangle, this delta ai used to be xi minus, oh sorry, xi minus xi minus 1 into yj minus yg minus 1, something like that. Yes. And what will be your UPF? That is summation I equal to 1 to n capital Mi into delta Ai. Now we know that small mi and capital Mi, in between there will be your function value at this point, f of xi yi. Is it clear? Because what is your small mi? That is infimum, greatest over bound, and capital Mi is this. So if I multiply both the side by delta Ai, what can you see? Delta Ai, that is less than equal to the f of xi yi into delta Ai. This is small my, this is less than equal to capital Mi into delta Ai. Correct? Now what, this is true for all I. So if I take up to n, and then what, n, you can also see that this is less than m into delta Ai. What is your m, you should understand. And this is also less than capital M into delta Ai. Do you see what will I get if I add them all? Yes, I will get the inequality. Which inequality? LPF, UPF, something like that. The first one. If I add, what will be the first part? M into delta Ai. M is constant. I am adding all delta Ais. So I have already told you, if I add all delta Ai, what will I go? That will go to something, that will go to area of E. Correct? Let me define it as by A of E, something like that. A of E. That will tend to A of E. So what will be M into delta Ai? That will be M into A of E. This is the first part. And similarly in the last case also, that will capital M into area of E. What is this? Small mi into delta Ai. That will be your LPF. And what is this? It is for any point, so it will be just summation f of xi yi delta ai. It will be as it is. Yes. What will be next? That will be UPF. And what will be the last one? That will be capital M into A of E. A of E means what? Area of that bounded region. Correct? Do you see that? Yeah. Small m. So here, हाँ बोलो. M क्या है? डबल पहले वाले लेक्चर में नहीं था तो रेक्टेंगल के केस में एम क्या था अपना? एम इज योर GLB वेयर x, y बिलोंग टू आवर रीजन. ये देख, इधर मैंने पहले लिखा ना, इधर गया ये. या यू सी दैट स्मॉल m क्या है? GLB ऑफ फंक्शन वेयर x, y बिलोंग टू E बाउंडेड रीजन. एंड कैपिटल M बोला तो दैट इज, ये सब तो मैंने नोटेशन सेम उधर ही से उठाया, इसमें नया कहाँ कुछ डाला मैंने. दिस इज स्मॉल mi को मैंने क्या लिया? GLB वेयर x, y बिलोंग टू RI. कैपिटल Mi को लिया दिस. यू सी दैट कुछ इसमें कुछ अलग नहीं किया उन्होंने. स्मॉल mi कैपिटल Mi, स्मॉल m कैपिटल M वही है. फिर इधर जस्ट ये रिलेशन लिखा. इवन यू कैन से दिस इज लेस देन m, दिस इज लेस देन कैपिटल. डू यू एग्री विद दिस? ये रिलेशन ट्रू है क्या तुम्हारे हिसाब से? अगर ये ट्रू है देन यू आर डन. आगे का कुछ है ही नहीं. डू यू एग्री विद दिस? दिस इज अ पॉइंट इन this interval delta ai. xi yi is a point in Ri. Correct? So in that point In that, suppose this is your Ri, this is somewhere your delta, somewhere it is function value. Now if I take the minimum of all the point, that will be already less than that. That is, if I take the infimum of all the point in this function, that will be less than that. And if I take the supremum, yes, that will be greater than that, and that will be less than maximum of other at, yeah, maximum of whole region E. This will be correct supremum over whole region. करेक्ट हियर आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट जस्ट अ इंटरवल, बट हो सकता है कि दूसरे इंटरवल में योर कैपिटल एम आई इज समथिंग बिगर दैन दिस, दूसरे को इंटरवल में योर कैपिटल एम आई विल बी बिगर दैन दिस. सो व्हाट विल बी माई कैपिटल एम, the maximum value of function. So maximum value of function, that is always going to be greater, and minimum I should not use maximum and minimum. Mostly it is used when when your infimum and supremum lie in the set, so that need not be true. So that's why we used to say infimum and supremum in our all cases. Otherwise we must be using it as minimum of the function, maximum of the function in this interval. Correct? Something like that. तो इसी ऐसा उन्होंने रेक्टेंगल के केस में भी किया था. द चेंजेस वाज देयर इज एरिया ऑफ ई, जो ए ऑफ ई है दैट वाज नोन टू अस. इन दैट केस दैट वाज एक्स आई माइनस वन टू एक्स आई एंड वाई जे माइनस नहीं वाई जे माइनस वन, समथिंग लाइक दैट. करेक्ट. सो नाउ इफ आई टेक द सेट same LPF where P is a partition of E. So what can you say about this set? Is this set bounded above? Is this set bounded above? Hello everyone. Is this set bounded above? Same line draw karo. This will be my actual area something. Area of E here, that is not a rectangle. Your LPF will be something here LPF, and here will be your UPF. Correct? So if I take all the LPF, give me any partition, it is not going to cross this actual area. So all the LPF will be here only. That is always bounded by UPF. Can you see that? Take any partition, this is bounded above by UPF. Correct? So this is a set which is non-empty and bounded above. Why it is non-empty? So if I take function was given bounded, so you can take the initial point, that will be your LPF, or whatever it may be. So this is a set which is bounded above and non-empty. So by LUB axiom, what does it say? LUB exists. So we are going to say that LF equal to LUB of this LPF. Correct? Where P is a partition. Means what? If I take any refinement, what do I know? That refinement will be here. If I take another refinement, I will be here, I will be here. So what I want to have, do you see that? I want to have least upper bound. That least upper bound will be somewhere here, which is much closer to my actual area. That is what I want to have. So this is my LF. Similarly, if I set collection UPF where P is partition of E. Remember this, in this case our E is any boundary region. Correct? What is that? This is bounded below by which guy? If I am taking collection of all UPF, that is bounded below by LPF. Do you see that? So by GLB axiom, what does this say? By GLB axiom, it has UF exists, GLB greatest lower bound exists, UF equal to GLB of function, that is UPF where P is partition. Correct? So I am having LF and UF, If we say LF and UF equal to same, that is if we say F is integrable over E, that means what? Double integral over E f of xy must be equal to LF, and that must be equal to UF. Correct? This is the definition of your double integral. Yes. और अगर एप्सिलॉन डेल्टा एप्सिलॉन वाले फॉर्म में लिया तो क्या आएगा? और पहले हाँ, सम ऑफ लिमिट में बात किया तो double integration over f of x comma y dA, that can also be written as limit norm p that tend to 0, and here that is actually summation f of xi yi any xi yi, and this is delta ai. I am taking summation of all this where p is partition. Correct? What do you mean by this set? This is set. I am taking the first thing is that norm delta p is tending to 0. That means what is my width of that? Let me just draw once again. Any bounded region like this. So mostly what are we going to do? We are going to choose a guy which are just near to this. See, I cannot choose this one. I have to choose the maximum one, so that I should have a rectangle which completely encloses the your region. So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. This is my rectangle. Correct? Now what is that? I am partitioning EB and CD. So like that. Now what? I am choosing the rectangles. Okay. See, what do you mean by norm P goes to 0? Means the element in partition, that is if I say in case of rectangle, that means B minus A upon N goes to 0, means the width is going to 0, means I will be just having like dots here, so I just need to add everyone and I will get my whole area of that guy, area of that E. Yes, I'll be get, if I add all this thing I will get my area of that E. Correct? So similarly we can say that okay, this was, we defined the double integral over E. Next it was, what was that? Next, UPF and LPF will be same thing. There will be exist an epsilon such that UPF minus LPF, that must be less than epsilon. You can write the statement, that statement will be same, because in the statement you just have to replace the rectangular region, that is by E. Here it is bounded region. Okay. नेक्स्ट आता है फिबनी थ्योरम, दैट इज स्ट्रॉन्गर फॉर्म ऑफ फिबनी थ्योरम. व्हाट इज दैट? फॉर नॉन रेक्टेंगुलर रीजन. ओके. Yeah, so the first condition, first line will be let f of x comma y be a continuous function. This is important. Over region E. The first thing is clear. In our earlier case, we don't require that function is continuous or not. It was just bounded, and if it is integrable, then we say that that equal to that. That's it. But here, if it is any reason, because in that case it was just rectangle, so rectangle is continuous. Rectangle is actually compact set. Later on, maybe I don't know whether do you know about compact set or not. In topology, you must be learning about that. ओके, सो सेम मतलब इधर क्या रहेगा, इटरेटेड इंटीग्रल्स क्या रहेंगे, let me write it as one. If E is defined by A is less than X is less than B, C, ये सब पे हम लोग ने सम सॉल्व किया है, ऐसा था तो now we are just defining everything something like this, correct? So if I try to draw this, then कैसा दिखेगा ये, on the x axis it is A to B, so here it is A, here it is B, on y axis it will be something like this, something, this is of g1 of x and this is g2 of x. Do you see that? This is y equal to g1, this is y equal to, what is your region, this will be your region, correct? So what will be your double integral, can somebody tell me कैसे करते हैं हम लोग डबल इंटीग्रल? We just try to insert a ray, and if I flip it here, so this will be dx is outside, I'm keeping it, so this is A to B. And what is for dy, what is the entry function? I will come about this in detail. Just now I need to just define that this, if x is bounded between A to B and y is bounded between this, so this will be g1 of x and this will be g2 of x. This will be f of x comma y dy dx. This is your double value of double integral. You see that? इसको इटरेटेड इंटीग्रल बोलते हैं हम लोग. इन आवर केस वहाँ पे ए बी एंड दिस वाज सी डी, हियर इट इज ए बी एंड द फंक्शन g1 and g2, like that. Yes, you see that? सेम अगर मैंने दूसरा लिखा इटरेटेड निकल, वो क्या आएगा, दूसरा वाला क्या आएगा? In our case your E is defined by, in that case y is bounded in an interval, that is c to d, and x is bounded between the functions, that is h1 of y and h2 of y. Okay, so where each of the function must be continuous, in our previous case also, that g1 and g2 must be continuous. Okay, so here what will be my function, let me draw the graph first. So need to draw the graph. What is that? Y axis is lying between c to d, so something like this, this will be c, this will be d. In our x axis there is only two, there are two functions, something like this, something like this, correct? So this is y equal to h1 and this is y equal, sorry, x equal to, na, you see that condition on x equal to h2, correct? This region will be your bounded region. Yes, so double integral will be double integral will be, what is that, dy will be outside, so that is c to d, and for dx, and here it is f of x comma y, what is dx, it is h1 of x and h2 of x, correct? This is what your double integral is. So I have already told you, so to solve this double integral we just need to find this bounded region, correct? So if we got the limit, then we can just directly substitute it in the function and we can get it. Yes, okay. Next part is finding area and volume using double integral. That is already done, I think I have done in the starting only. Yeah, let me just recall it quickly. Correct? So what do you mean by double integral? So let me just draw it in three-dimensional, let us understand it. So What do you mean by your double integral? Suppose I am considering this one. Let me take one. Suppose on x-axis it is a to b, and on y-axis suppose I am taking the interval that is g1 of x to g2 of x. That is, or my I2 I1 is that. You see that this is my function, and this is, what is that, dx, no, dy and dx. Correct? Do you see this? So first we need to draw this guy. On this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Correct? And on the x-axis we know the limit is bounded by a and b, so it will be just like a, this is a, this is b. You see that? On y-axis I am having two functions, so it will be something like first function and second function. So what will be your area? This will be your area. So say this is g1, this is g2, like this. Correct? Yes. Now what we have to do, here is your somewhere function is that, यहाँ पे कहीं पे this is your say function, maybe तुम लोग बोल सकते हो this is our sky. What I am going to do, I am going to shift this to the sky, and same thing I'll cut it from here. That will be my roof. Something like this. Same that much part, okay? That will become my roof. Okay. So in the what do you mean by this double integral? This is area, this is volume under this curve, under this function, volume under this surface. In our single integral case it was area under the curve. That is, in that case there was only one area. That is, if I take slice, it will be the first slice that will give me the area, wall, I can say, consider that will be my single integral. But if I want to have double integration, what do you mean by this? This is volume under this shed, you can say, volume under this function. And what do you know about this guy? This guy is same as this. On x-axis it is bounded by a to b, and on y-axis it is bounded by g1 and g2. There are two functions. Yes. So the value, this will be my volume. What will be my area? Can somebody tell me? What will be my area? If area means what? Area of this bounded region means area of E. I need to find area of E. So if I take my function is at the ground only, that means if my this function is at here only, there is no shed. Correct? So what will be my volume in that case? In that case my volume will be same as area. Means what? I am not having any volume. So that will be, I will be having just volume of this base part. Do you see that? Correct? So z is nothing here. Suppose, so I will say z equal to 1. That is, if I take f of xy equal to 1, in that case this will be just e to b, and g1 of x same in that case only. रियल के केस में तुम लोगों ने क्या लिया था? अगर 1 लेते तो क्या मिलता है अपने को? That is length of that partition. If you take in our real case, function को अगर 1 ले लिया, then you will get length. 1 नहीं लिया तो you will get area. Correct? Here अगर 1 लिया तो you will get area, and if you take function then it is volume. Yes.